Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to the Hideout here at Farnworth Bolton. Welcome to those of you present here in the arena, and welcome to those joining us live on the Boxing News and VIP Boxing YouTube channels. We have a great night of championship boxing lined up for you this evening, and it's all brought to you courtesy of Steve Wood on behalf of VIP Promotions. Sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, your stewards in charge this evening are Sally C and Ian Metcalf. Your referees are A-star referees Mark Lyson from Liverpool, Steve Gray from Fleetwood, and Ron Kearney from Sunderland. And your timekeepers, Amjad Bitter from Dewsbury and Chris O'Connor from Wigan. We get your action underway this evening with a 4-ounce contest in the welterweight division. So let's please welcome your first boxer, making his way to the blue corner from Sheffield, Karl Sampson.
Well, here comes Karl Sampson, an experienced away corner fighter. His dad has his own amateur boxing club, and Karl Sampson was actually a very good amateur himself, and lots of good things said about him. And he's gone down the away corner route and given a lot of debut fighters and fighters up and coming some good experience, some good rounds. So I'm sure he'll be doing exactly that for his opponent, who will be announced in just a moment.
And let's hear this for his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, from Wigan, Billy Hervey.
And here comes Billy Hervey, eventually appeared through those curtains, about to make his way up the ramp here in Bolton for his third professional fight. Both of his previous fights have been wins, both of them on points. Boxes out of the Blundell's gym in Wigan. He's got a bit of everything, this kid. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he's definitely starting to put his punches together nicely, and we'll see plenty of that in just a short while.
Yeah, Billy fought for the Billy Amateur Boxing Club and the Caban Amateur Boxing Club in Wigan as a junior, 3-time Northwest champion.
Very good indeed. Well, we look forward to this professional bout between these two, the third one for Billy Hervey. The referee Steve Gray will just get the two fighters together, and before you know it, that first bell will ring and our first bout of the evening will be underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your first contest of the evening for 3-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Brought to you courtesy of Steve Wood for VIP Promotions. Your referee for this contest is A-star referee Steve Gray and your timekeeper Chris O'Connor. Introducing first, boxing out of your blue corner, who is the black and silver shorts. Official weight 10 stone, 2 pounds, 4 ounces. He's a veteran of 48 professional contests. From Sheffield, Karl Sampson. And opposing him across the ring, boxing out of your red corner, who has the white and blue shorts. Official weight 10 stone, 4 ounces. He brings a perfect, undefeated professional record. 2 victories from 2 contests. From Wigan, Billy Hervey. 4 3-minute rounds.
Seconds out, round 1.
Well, here we go. That is the bell to symbolise the start of this opening round, this first fight of the evening, live on VIP and via Boxing News as well. A warm welcome to all of you. You're joined by myself, Darren Rees, and my right-hand man this evening is Mr. Lee Whitehead. We have got the pleasure of calling the shots here in Bolton. Lots of really good talent. And in front of you, or in front of us on your TV screens, in the blue and white is Billy Hervey, and in the black and grey is Karl Sampson. Both fighters just sussing each other out. Hervey just trying to get that jab going, and Sampson will be doing everything he can, Lee, to try and make it a difficult night's work for him, because that's what his job is.
Yeah, Sampson, you know, he took a few O's along the way. He took Lerone Harrison's O, Lewis Wood, Connor Short and Lee Gormley. Depends which Karl Sampson turns up, though.
Hervey just trying to take control of that centre of the ring as he just keeps an eye on Sampson. Doesn't for a moment not look at him, because he knows what the consequences could be. And there is an example of what I just said. Right hand just bounced off the head of Billy Hervey as he just gets straight back on that jab, and the corner shouting for that jab to just keep popping out.
Yeah, Lee Blundell, very vocal. His gym typically very aggressive. He likes to see him on the front foot. Sampson just moving around, making it difficult. A good boxer, as you said earlier. Good amateur. He decides the journeyman route. Switching.
He's certainly giving Hervey plenty to think about in the first couple of minutes of this opening round. Switching, changing angles non-stop. And another thing which I've noticed already is just he's making it very difficult for Hervey to gauge the distance, because he's in and out of range, isn't he?
Yeah, he's rolling, he's slipping, he's ducking. He's been the consummate journeyman, making it difficult. You know, at the end of the day, it's the prospect's job to put it on the journeyman.
That is what these fights are about. It's all a part of the apprenticeship. It's all a part of the journey. And these are the fights which, no matter how far Billy Hervey goes, that he will have learnt from, that he will remember.
Yeah, it's Sampson's 49th professional outing tonight. He made his debut back in February 2022. And he's kept himself really busy.
Good for him as we just go into the final 10 seconds of this opening round. Hervey found himself in the ropes just a moment ago, but has done well to get out, get that space back to the centre of the ring and popping that jab out. The sort of opening round that you'd expect for somebody's third professional fight, Lee.
Yeah, and Sampson, you know, he didn't make it easy for him. He kept busy, kept moving, hit him with some shots and let Hervey know that he was there.
He did, and I wonder if we'll see him just up in that tempo ever so slightly, bit by bit. You said about the type of Karl Sampson which turns up. It'd be interesting to see the type of Billy Hervey which turns up. And so far, there's an energetic one, a focused one, and somebody who's looking to cruise to 3-0.
Yeah, I don't know about the cruise. Sampson's not making it that easy. You know, he's putting it in there. He's making it
10 seconds, corners.
This is true.
Seconds out. Round 2.
Well, as Lee said, he's making it difficult, and the intentions and ambitions of Hervey of cruising to another victory will not be easy when you're in with an experienced away corner fighter like Sampson, as Billy Hervey just comes out on the front foot and just trying to get those straight shots away. But as soon as he does, Sampson's in there tying him up and doing what he does best.
For you young boxers watching at home, watch you know, the footwork on Sampson, his ring craft, his movement, head movement. He's got a good defence, which all journeymen do need. Look, he's moving around, not making it easy. You know, the best defence going is the foot defence.
Sampson making Hervey work, not just physically but mentally. Lots of twitching, changing the angles. Just saw him just kind of do a bit of a mini lunge in there and through the left hook. Constantly got to have his wits about him, that's for sure. As both of them just hover around that centre of the ring again. And Sampson is bringing the fight to Hervey, isn't he?
Certainly.
He's certainly not sitting on the back foot, which we see so often with so many of the away corner fighters, the journeymen, who play such a huge part in the sport. He's come here, he's earning his money, and he's making sure that Hervey's going to walk out after these 4 rounds, if it goes 4 rounds, and he'll know he's had a fight.
Certainly. As I said earlier, he shocked a few kids in this boxing game. You can tell by his prowess in the ring there, and how he's moving around. He knows what to do. He certainly earns his money, and he lets the prospect know they've been in with someone.
Some reddening around the ribs of Hervey, especially on the right-hand side, as he just chases Sampson around, who's just switching and changing the angles. Lovely there. Absolutely not having it his own way in any way, shape or form.
He switches effortlessly from orthodox to southpaw.
Hervey just staring at his man, trying to suss him out. Not the easiest thing in the world to do. Also, not the easiest man to hit.
Good skills there by Mr. Sampson.
Well, a very active round for Karl Sampson, and I'll be inclined to give him that round, to be truthful. So what the corner will be thinking in the red corner is another thing, but if you're in that corner, Lee, what are you telling your fighter he needs to do a bit more of?
Closing down, find the range. I agree with Darren. I also give that round to Sampson. Just nicked it out, out of my mouth first. Lee Blundell must, is from an aggressive gym, an aggressive coach. He's got to be getting on top of him now. Sampson is showing us how good boxing skills, good footwork, and how not to be hit. The object of boxing is to hit and not be hit. Sampson's showing us how to do it.
I guess another thing, when you've got a fighter who is just making you chase them around, constantly changing the angles, doing everything
10
right.
10 seconds, corners.
It's easy to walk into a shot, isn't it? It's easy to get carried
Seconds
away
out.
and forget about your
Round
boxing.
3.
Yeah, if you can't work him out, certainly.
Well, here we go, round 3. This one scheduled for 4. If you're just joining us, a warm welcome wherever you're watching. If that's boxing news or VIP, you're joined by myself, Darren Rees, and Lee Whitehead. This is the first bout of the evening, so don't worry, you haven't missed too much. We were meant to have a packed card here, but as we said in the start of the show, it's just boxing. Things do fall through, things do happen, but Karl Sampson, an experienced away corner fighter, giving Billy Hervey a bit of a hard night's work here, and he's having to work really hard with that jab and those straight shots, and make sure that he's ticking the boxes for referee Steve Gray to give him the nod. But as we went to the end of the second round, between Lee and I, we had it at 1 round apiece, I believe.
Yeah, and this third round quite even, Darren. You guys watching at home, Billy's pushing forward this time. I think the instruction from Blundell is you must move forward if you're going to win this fight. Obviously he's trying to move forward a little bit. Sampson's still elusive.
Hervey needs to prove that he's the aggressor. He needs to show that he's the man coming forward, looking to take the fight to Sampson. He needs to be trying to tick every single box. Ring generalship, landing those clean, effective, eye-catching shots. And Sampson is a tough man to do that with.
Hervey can't work him out. It's just too good in the movement. Pushing back there, just stepping out the way. Lovely boxing skills, lovely defensive boxing skills by Karl Sampson.
Sampson looking very much like he's enjoying this bout now. So he's just moving around, being as slippery as he possibly can be. And I think he knows that Hervey's starting to run out of ideas. He throws a good straight 1-2, a real foundation combination, but Sampson's just not there to get hit. So he's going to have to go back to the drawing board. I think he's been a more active fighter this round, Billy Hervey. But it doesn't matter what I say, it's down to referee Steve Gray.
Are we scoring this one, Darren?
At the moment, it's a real tough round to score. Do you know what? I'd probably give it to Hervey just for that come forwards, aggressive nature which he's showing. He's throwing more punches, and I know not a lot of them are getting through cleanly, but Sampson's not thrown a lot and hasn't caught him a lot so far anyway. But there's the clapper for the last 10 seconds.
I think you've nailed it there, Darren. Exactly, pinpoint. Exactly. Sampson didn't throw much. Hervey did exactly what you said. We'll give that round to Hervey, eh?
Yeah, he was definitely the busier fighter there, and you can see, well, hopefully you can see that in the corner of Hervey. Just a moment ago, it's an animated corner. They're telling him to do plenty more. And from the corner's body language and the movement, it looks like they're trying to tell him to kind of step off that line and maybe try and find some new angles, Lee.
Yeah, he's not quite working him out, is he? He's chasing him, chasing shadows, really. I think Lee Blundell's saying cut him down, cut off the ring and get into him. You know, he was far more aggressive in that third
10
round.
seconds, corners. Seconds out for the fourth and final round.
Well, here we go, round 4 of 4. Exactly what you said, Lee. I think he needs to try and cut Karl Sampson off, which he's trying to do. You can see him trying to do it because he steps across to the right of his right foot, but then the second he kind of cuts him off and breaks down that space and doesn't give Sampson much room to go anywhere. He does go somewhere, and then he's back chasing him again.
Sampson's come out a bit more aggressive this round. He's thrown more probably in the first 10 seconds than the last round.
The referee hasn't had to do too much this fight. It's been a pretty clean fight, a fluent fight. Let's hope it remains that way for this fourth and final round. That was a solid right hand which Hervey just launched into Sampson with. Very compact, composed fighter is Billy Hervey. I'll give him that for sure. Nice tight guard, elbows in, chin down, throws those straight shots really well. Hasn't got his chin up in the air. There is plenty to like about him, and he would have learned so much from this fight.
Well spotted there, Darren. Yeah, good technique. Perfect, good defence guard, and all the shots coming from the right angles from that stance.
But a right hand just got through there from Hervey, just above our commentary position. And he's probably boxing better in this round than he has in all of the 3 previous rounds. He's kind of found that balance of aggression and boxing. And maybe it's just because Sampson has slowed down ever so slightly. I mean, he's still on his feet. He's still on his toes. He's still moving around. But it does seem that Hervey is starting to have a little bit more success is probably the word. But 40 seconds to go in this third professional fight of Wigan's Billy Hervey.
Sampson now probably preparing for next week. Fought last week at Bowlers, fought Emilio Headley at Bowlers last week. He's then in Nottingham next week, so he's having a busy Christmas period. Trying not to get hurt now, trying not to get marked up.
Hervey looking to finish the round strong. He's been the man on the front foot all of this round and all of the previous round as well. He was matched with that aggression in the first couple of rounds, and I think he will get the nod, will Billy Hervey, and he will go to 3-0. But there were moments within that fight where he looked a little bit closer than it did in that last round.
Yeah, certainly. I think it depends on which Karl Sampson turns up. In round 2, the aggressive Karl Sampson turned up. And in round 3 and 4, he turned down the pace a little bit.
Well, we've got some action replay for you. You see there, you can see Billy Hervey just trying to get that timing right and just trying to time Karl Sampson making his way in. But Sampson did get through with a few shots. But referee Steve Gray will get the fighters together and we will get the official announcement from our MC, Mr. Steve Reed.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of action, your referee Steve Gray scores the contest 40 points to 37 for your winner, Billy Hervey.
Well done to Billy Hervey.
And your appreciation, please, for Karl
Good
Sampson.
performance. We'll catch up with him in just a moment and see what he thought all about it. Well, now joined by Billy Hervey, a good performance, a experienced away corner fighter. I said to Lee Whitehead on commentary there, he was making you work in lots of different ways. How was the fight for you?
I thought I boxed well. There were a few times I was waiting because he was on the back foot a lot. I didn't want to overcommit to anything so he could counter, so I think I did enough to win the fight, but I think there was bits where I could have done more as well. Just all learning experience, isn't it?
He did a lot of everything really. He had you thinking in a big way, both mentally and physically as well. There was moments where he was on the front foot, and then there was moments when he was just constantly on the back foot. There was one of the rounds where you just felt like you were chasing him around. Was it a quite exhausting experience?
No, I wouldn't really say tired. It's just a bit disappointing when you're going for a fight and the opponent's just negative on the back foot. You have to chase him around a lot, but it's all experience. Like, it's just another fight, isn't it? So
that's it. That's what these away corner fighters are amazing for. It's all a part of the apprenticeship. It's all a part of the journey. You're 3-0. Be moving on next year. Get you back out again. I bet you're looking forward to it already.
yeah, definitely. Been out at the ring for about 5 months already since this one. So I'm hoping next year I can be as busy as possible, get as many fights as I can.
Top man. Well done.
Thank you, mate.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.